Hey, it's Bob out here at Sorrento Hill. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Deb's out there running the pressure washer. Can we see her? Deb's out running the pressure washer to get some more logs ready to go because I finished up this section of wall here. Now you'll see kind of irregular on the top. I actually took a stick and measured, and there where it's irregular, you won't even see that. That'll be covered by the roof. There'll be insulation above that, and the ceiling will cover that. So I wasn't too worried about it being perfect. I just wanted to get mortar on top to make sure it's the right level. But anyways, I'm all the way. I am finished with this wall section. So it's been a challenging week. I started out the week. Oh, excuse me. Almost hit the light. Anyway, started the week out being sick. Still not feeling all that great, but I got a house to build, so we're out here doing that. So today is Saturday. Deb's out doing pressure washing on stripping logs, and what I'm going to do today is see all this mess here. I'm going to clean that up. And one of the things that happens sometimes when you're putting the mortar is you drop some and you have excess down. So there's always a bunch of mortar on the floor here. So I'll be emptying out my wheelbarrow from sawdust, and I'll bring it around and I'll dump all this, take all this stuff, scoop it up, dump it out, get all my pieces of lumber and insulation and bags and all that stuff out of here, and make this place look decent. It's real easy when you're building to let things get trashed out because you're so busy building that you don't want to take time to clean. But it makes it easier if you do some cleaning. So that's what's in plan today. I'll get this area all cleaned up, and then I'm going to go out, do some cleanup out front, and get the next wall prepped and ready to do. Right now, like today, it's going to be 97 degrees, and all next week it's going to be hot again. So this wood that she's stripping right now, some of it's about ready to go, and I've got enough inside the kiln, and with what she's putting in there, it'll keep me busy for the duration of doing the next wall. And I'll show you where that next wall is. It looks kind of neat. It looks kind of neat back there. Go walking into the bedroom, and I got walls on that side. Our bed's going to be underneath those two windows, and I got these done. So it's just kind of exciting. It's like I got a room done. And then the next wall is going to be this one here. Got this nice big window in it, 36 by 48 window. The next two walls have got one of those horizontal sliding windows, and then that will butt up against my. This is a built-in shelving unit, and you can see wall will come right up against that. So once I get this wall done, that'll be the first wall of the. This is the first wall of the living room, so that'll be exciting to get it done. But I got my work table. You can see how close that is to the window. That's going to be in the way of my ladder trying to get up and down. So I'm going to have to do some rearranging and cleaning up in here to be able to move my table down and start getting some of my woodworking stuff out of the way, and make room for getting these walls done. So, like I said, hopefully you can hear me over the pressure washer, but she's been dying to do this all week. and she'll be out there doing that pressure washing until it's time for dinner. And I got to admire her persistence, and what she does really, really is a big help. So if you've got a partner that's willing to help you out on things, boy, you've got a treasure, because she doesn't just say, you need to get out there and build that house. She wants to come out and help every chance she gets. And I probably don't let her do as much as she would like in some ways, because she's out there working every day and working pretty hard and works a rough schedule. So she kind of needs at least one day a week to do some rest and recuperate, so she doesn't get totally worn out. And sometimes I have to remind myself of that too, that sometimes I gotta take a day to rest and recuperate. Otherwise, you get yourself so worn out that you end up sick, and you end up hurt. So, yeah, I'm real excited. I got that other wall done, and again, you know, I know the camera flares when it hits the light, but here I've got all the outside walls on the bedroom done now. Making headway, not as much as I want most days, but that's kind of how it goes. You make all these plans, all these things you're going to do, and man, with it being so hot, it really takes it out of you. But and then things happen. You got to fix things, and people have needs, and you can either get real upset about it because that's not in my schedule, or you can adjust and do the best you can. So that's what I'm trying to do. All right, well, let me get to work here, and I'll check back in with you later in the day. And I said this is a before on this disaster that I've got in this room. And at the end of the day, I'll stop in and I'll show you an after and recap the day. Thanks for stopping by. We'll be back later. All right, Bob and Deb. Say hi, Deb. Hi, Deb. All right. I think I'm about done for the day. It's hot. I'm sweaty. As promised, thought I'd come in and show you what it looks like after I get it cleaned up some. That's a whole lot better than it was before, isn't it? Cleans up pretty good. Got all that junk off the floor cleaned up. Got the ladders out, the tables out, all that. I've still got my toolbox in here, but I organized that a bit and got everything cleaned up, so I don't have junk in there all the time. And then I came out here and I've got this one ready to go. What I did is on my windows, I've got two legs supporting the opposite end, and then I had a brace up here at this end. Now that brace that you see closest to the column, that was basically there. The way I got these in place with me being by myself is I put that brace at the height that I needed it to be off the ground, got that secured, and then I could take the window box and put up against that. And I had my leg against the other. I had my two legs that you see down there. I had those screwed to the other end of it, so I could just tip it up and rest it on that cross brace up against the column, and it acted as a second set of hands. So what I've done is I've come along here and cleaned all this up. I put down my tar paper 16 inches wide. I've got my metal drip rail on the outside. Again, what the drip rail does is it gives it a uniform appearance, and it covers that junction between the OSB and the beam. So it protects the edge of the OSB, and it gives it a nice clean look. And then remove the one cross brace up here against that column, and then made a pedestal, converted one of those into a pedestal to support the outside edge of the window. And this one, it's going to be, you can see how much space there is up there. So I think what I'm going to do when I get up to the top of this window, what I'm going to do is put a piece of 2x4 across the center of it. And what I'll do is I'll set it on its edge. It goes against, so it goes with the strength of a grain. And then I'll tie a support from that up to the beam up there so that the top of the window isn't carrying all the weight of all that cordwood on top of it. And that way the beam, the roof beam up there, which is tied into these columns, is helping to support the weight. So I don't have to worry about my window box wanting to sag and end up with breaking windows later on. So that's the plan. And of course, this right here you will never see, because that will be inside the wall, inside the cordwood. And then I've got an electrical wire running across here. This is a wire that goes to a ground fault outlet. I've got ground fault outlet on each side of the house, and I got one on the front by the door. They're all tied in the same 20 amp ground fault breaker. So that wire, I'll staple it down to the floor, and it'll be insulation over that. That'll be inside the wall. So now I'm ready to start putting cordwood on that wall. Had an unfortunate development today with the pressure washer. Deb was out there pressure washing, and it seemed like it was bogging down, and then it got to where when she'd pull the trigger, it would just stop spraying. And so I'm going to have to work on the idle speed settings and the governor settings on the way that's set up on the pressure washer, because I think it's idling down too slow. And of course, or it could be in the pump itself. That would be my luck. Replace the motor, pump goes bad. Oh well. I guess if I have to, I'll spend $150 on another pump. Oh, I swear it seems like every time you turn around, something else is breaking and needing to be worked on. And that's probably my biggest character weakness right there. I think is I get in mind, I get a schedule set up. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I've got going. And then something comes up, like the pressure washer's flaking out and needs to be worked on. Something else goes on, and I don't always adapt well and handle that change of pace real well. So that's one of my character flaws I'm working on. But at any rate, I guess we all have things like that. So that's where we are today. It is hot. Deb was wanting to go on a motorcycle ride today, but she's I think got some of this crud that I've been fighting all week. It came up and got her Thursday. So she's not quite up to speed. I'm still not quite up to speed. And I tell you, when you're not feeling well, this heat just, man. And there is no mind over matter over heat. Your body just starts getting hot, and it gets hot, and you got to listen to it. I've been drinking fluids like crazy and sweating them out, I swear, as fast as I can drink them. And so I'm reaching a good stopping point for today. So we're just going to call it a day and hit it Monday morning when it's a little cooler. So, all right, that's the goings on today. Got another wall finished. The thing that's significant about that wall, getting that particular wall finished, is I am officially at the 1/3. I have 1/3 of my exterior walls done. And I'm pretty excited about that. There's something about being able to put a fraction to it. I'm 1/3 done, and 3 more wall sections, I'll be halfway done. And I'm really excited to get to that halfway point, because it seems like once you get to halfway, I don't know, it's a psychological thing. I guess the pace just kind of picks up. So getting it done slow but sure, just trying to keep the heat from getting us. We're just kind of measuring out where the deck's going to be and getting an idea of how far out it goes. And the thing that's beautiful about it, we got these 4-foot overhangs on the roof, and here it is, middle of the afternoon, well, early afternoon, 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that. I guess that's mid-afternoon, um, towards the end of June, and the entirety of the deck right now would be in shade because of that 4-foot overhang, because of the way the angle the sun comes in. So even without putting a cover over the deck, in the hottest part of the day, I've still got shade on my deck, which is kind of cool. And the area, we're going to set a swimming pool up right next to the deck. So, and with the height of a deck and the height of the pool that we want to get, they'll be pretty close to even. So basically, you'll be able to sit on the deck and dangle your feet in the water and just slide from the deck right into the water. And that may sound like a luxury thing, but I tell you what, there's nothing like on a hot day being able to get in the water and cool off. So yeah, that's one of the little luxuries that we're going to have to make life out here a little more fun, a little more enjoyable. I know some people build a hot tub or a sauna or something like that. Me, I want a swimming pool. You can have a hot tub sauna. I want the swimming pool. All right, I'm going to go inside, get cooled off, get a shower, have some dinner. Thanks for stopping by, and we appreciate you enjoying our journey and letting us share it with you. I know it seems like it's taken forever, but hey, cordwood's a slow process. It takes a while. Anyways, this is Bob. Don't be afraid to get out there and try something you've never ever done before. The worst that can happen is you'll have to start over. So don't be afraid to try something. Don't be afraid to learn something. Just get out there and do something. You might just like it. You might just learn something. Bob at Sorrento Hill. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.